ask people what's the best arm wrestling truck driver movie, most people automatically say Terms of Endearment. But what if I told you that Terms of Endearment isn't about either of those things, but a little movie called Over the Top is? And those people always then say, no, Over the Top is about the relationship between Aurora Greenway and her daughter Emma. And I would say, no. Again, you son of a bitch, you are thinking of Terms of Endearment. Over the Top has everything a movie needs. Truckin', arm wrestling, father-son bonding. Whatever's going on here. We meet Lincoln Hawk when he's picking up his son Michael from military school. Lincoln and Michael have never met before because Lincoln abandoned Michael right after he was born.
Who's he?
Forget about him.
Are we to believe that all of these people, A, know who Lincoln Hawk is, and B, seriously give a shit that he's there? Or are they just upset because he looks like he came from a dress rehearsal for a production of Newsies?
Cutler!
Yes, sir!
The colonel wants to see you!
Right away, sir!
Is yelling across the lawn standard military protocol? I mean, it very well could be, but it just seems weird to me. Any military people watching, help me out on this one because I am legitimately curious now.
The colonel wishes to see me, sir.
Your father wishes to, Cadet.
I don't have a father, sir.
Your mother has legal custody over you, Cutler, and it is her request that your father bring you home.
May I see some identification on this man, sir?
That's not called for, Cadet.
I actually think that's a pretty reasonable request. Man, driver's license photos were weird as shit back in the 80s. That thing's not even folded. How big is his wallet?
Are we going in this? Why can't we fly?
Because trucks don't have that capability.
Do you really think you can make up 10 years in 2 to 3 days?
With a skillfully shot montage, maybe.
You Hawk? I said, are you Hawk?
What can I do for you?
I'm the Smasher. And all I've been hearing on the road lately is this Hawk is the man to beat.
You can't believe everything you hear.
I don't believe anything. I got 1,000 that says I could tear your arm off.
Man, there is a lot of posturing in the world of underground arm wrestling. It seems like there's a lot of anger tied up in this sport. I mean, they don't seem to derive any actual joy from this activity.
You got lucky again, huh, Hawks?
Did he just call them Hawks? Oh well, they probably don't know each other very well, so it's not a big deal. You may be asking yourself, what is the most effective way to bring together a father and son who could not be more different? The answer, my friend, is Kenny Loggins.
When we put emotions on the line, know that we are the tiniest ones. Meet me halfway across the sky, and where the world belongs to only you and I.
Bond mended, bitch. That's the power of Loggins. They're finally starting to get along, so Lincoln thinks it's a good idea to have his son arm wrestle some older kids.
Well, I got a kid here that I think could beat any one of you guys, say 2 out of 3 times.
He's a practical joker, sorry.
He's just a shy kid. As a matter of fact, I'm so sure I'm willing to put money on it.
Kid, if I couldn't beat you, I'd kill myself. Ready, wimp? Skin feels like a girl's.
Maybe he is a girl.
Man, arm wrestling for money really seems to bring out the worst in people. Or only the worst people arm wrestle for money. I'm not sure which. You know, as a father, I love setting my children up to fail at things that they have zero interest in.
Now, you lost back there because you beat yourself. You let yourself get beat. I know you can do it. If you want it, Mike, you gotta take it. Do you hear me? You gotta take it. Go in there and try. I know you can win.
Is arm wrestling really something that you can win by just believing in yourself? I'm gonna say upper body strength plays a way bigger role. I mean, if I had to put a percentage on it, I'm gonna say it's 99% brute strength and like 1% confidence.
Come on. Hold him. Drop the weight. Hold it tight, Mike. Come on. Get tough, Mike. Pump it, kid. Pump it, kid. You got him, Mike. You got him. You got him. You got him. You got him. Come on, Mike. Get a little bit more. You got him. You got him. You got him. You got him.
This is a really big gamble for Lincoln. If my dad had done this to me when I was 10, I would have lost. And probably cried. And those kids seem really mean. I imagine they would just hurl super accurate insults at me until I couldn't take it anymore and just left, sobbing. Lincoln's pep talk works, though, and Michael is now brimming with confidence right up until he gets kidnapped. But nope, actually, it was Michael's grandfather who paid his goons to kidnap his grandson. To what end, I'm not sure. I mean, he was going to see him in a couple days anyways.
The court is going to give him to his father unless Hawks can't support it.
Okay, that's the second person to call him Hawks.
Excuse me, could you tell me what room Mrs. Christina Hawk is in, please?
Mr. Hawk, I'm sorry. Your wife died this afternoon in the operating room.
If you would have never come to pick me up, I would have seen her. I wouldn't be running around in that truck while she was dying.
Again, this kid makes a very good point.
I'd like to talk to Jason Cutler, please.
You're not wanted here.
Would you tell him that Lincoln Hawks would like to talk to him?
What? Lincoln's calling himself Hawks now? Okay, I have no idea. Apparently Over the Top needed a lore master on the set to keep the continuity of Lincoln's last name. You know, when your only strength is arm wrestling and you find yourself in a situation that can't be solved through arm wrestling, you tend to just kind of panic and wing it, and things just do not work out well.
Like Hawks!
You know, it was a fine plan. It just kind of went off the rails with the whole driving the truck through the house part. Everything else, though, top notch.
You Hawks? Let's go. Somebody here to see you, Hawks.
I'll make this brief, Hawk.
Oh good, he's Hawk again.
If I went with you, where'd we go? Where'd we end up?
This kid is sharp. I will give him that. Again, valid question. You know what you need when you sell your truck to pay for an arm wrestling competition and the son who turned you away finds all the letters you wrote him that his mother kept hidden from him instead of destroying them? If you said the same Kenny Loggins song from earlier, good guess. Like, really good guess. Here you go. Bravo.
When we put emotions on the line, know that we are the timeless ones. Meet me halfway across the sky.
This arm wrestling tournament seems to be populated solely with people that have most likely punched out a car window because their wife talked to a male friend from work.
Let's introduce John Grizzly, three-time winner from the World Arm Wrestling Association.
I'm going through you like gas to a funnel.
Over here we have Clay Cox and John Grizzly competing.
Oh no, Grizzly, you don't have to do those things to make people like you. People will like you because you're kind and a good friend.
It doesn't matter if I become the champion or anything. That's not the most important. I need this truck.
Because I sold my other truck to enter this competition to win this new truck. And my son's love. Ew. Mr. Hawks, Vern Clecton, Las Vegas Gazette. Our readers gotta know. How do you get your hat to look like that?
What I do is I just try to take my hat and I turn it around.
Whoa, what a scoop! And how does that make you feel?
I don't know, I feel like a truck, like a machine.
Ha! Hot dog! Vern, you made the front page this time. Lincoln defies the odds and makes it to the final round against, oh my god, just a freaking behemoth. Holy Lord, look at that beast. What the hell was the weigh-in for at the start of this thing? There was no way they would be in the same bracket. Once again, I don't think the power of positive thinking is going to help against a walking tank. Good God. I mean, in this case it does. You know, otherwise it'd be kind of a movie.
Why don't we just start our own trucking company? You know, we could call it Sun and Hawk.
You know, that's the second person that said that Lincoln should start his own company. Didn't Lincoln already own his own company? And the last time he owned a company, didn't he sell 100% of the company's assets to enter an arm wrestling competition? I don't think he has good business sense. He's going to piss away that money in no time flat. And then he's going to have to win his son's love again. So everything is set right, and Lincoln and Michael ride off into the sunset together. What would be a good send-off for these two? You already know the answer to that, you sons of bitches. Crank it up.